Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Joining us now are Frank Babel and Ariana Pernice. They are with the Southeast Biking Symposium, which they're having a first ever event coming up here on the island, March 23rd through 25th. Good morning. Thank you for coming down this morning.
Thanks for having us.
This biking symposium is something new. It's the first annual. Tell us how this came to be, Frank.
Well, several years ago, a person from the League of American Bicyclists and I were giving a talk somewhere in Georgia, and we were kicking around some ideas, and he came up with the idea of, you know, the Southeast represents such a great opportunity for cycling, the weather, the terrain, the economy, everything. And he said, gee, wouldn't it be great if we had a conference or a round table to get some people together and talk about the issues of biking? And so fast forward to today when Ariana and the Chamber came in. And Ariana, could you take it from here?
Right, so the Chamber also identified with tourism that it is something that all tourists love to do when they come to Hilton Head Island. And so coming together with Frank and the team to talk about how the impacts of tourism through bike and what we can do as a community to build upon what we already have today, so we continue to push that message of bike.
Now, as we know, the island is a prime location for biking. There's miles and miles of paths, and you see all kind of bikers, not only just the recreational, but you see a lot of more serious bikers too. So will both of these types of biking be part of the symposium?
Absolutely. We here on Hilton Head Island talk about recreation biking, but we have the forum to talk about off-roading and performance bikes. So this is really an opportunity for us to come together as a region and talk about all the facets of bike and how we can talk about growing and integration and collaboration on some of those opportunities.
What about the area of safety? I know that's a concern here on Hilton Head. Would that be part of what you might be discussing on how to make the biking experience a little safer for the areas that we have?
Yes, the three topics or pillars that we're going to talk about are tourism, economic development, and safety. So it will be a part of our conversation, and some of our keynote speakers will be addressing that. So it's a great forum overall to talk about biking, holistically.
You mentioned keynote speakers. I understand you've got some special people. Do you want to share with us, Frank, about who that might be?
Well, one of our keynote speakers is Christian van der Velde. He was a professional biker, and he was fourth ranked in the world. And unfortunately, bikers get old. So the Tour de France was a little bit out of his range. And so he decided to retire. In all the communities around the world that he could have lived, he decided to live in Greenville, South Carolina. So he has become a recreational cyclist. He is a CBS reporter. He lives there, and he rides with the folks out there with his family, loves it, and so he wants to talk to our community and our symposium about his experiences in biking and how he's become a recreational biker and how his family isn't getting involved in biking with him.
And why he chose Greenville, South Carolina as his place of residence out of all the places in the world. I think that's a huge opportunity for us to talk about really the infrastructure that South Carolina as a whole and the Southeast offers for biking enthusiasts.
Now there's breakout sessions that people can attend. Tell us about some of those.
Well, there'll be there'll be about 20 different speakers. There'll be about 25 speakers in the different breakouts, but two that come to mind. One is the city of Augusta. It has decided that besides golf, it wants to be a biking capital. And so, interestingly enough, we'll have 5 speakers coming here from Augusta. They represent the Sports Authority, they represent the land trust people, represent advocates, the community. And they've gotten together and they are building a whole bunch of biking facilities. They have trails, they have mountain bike trails, they have pathways, they have bike lanes, they have a BMX track, they have a triathlon events, and they are really focused on that. And the message there, I think, is going to be about how communities can work together. Sure. Another interesting breakout will be the East Coast Greenway, and that is a trail that's going to stretch from Maine all the way straight through to Florida. It'll be the Appalachian Trail for biking on the East Coast. And 2 of the people who are in charge of that are going to be here. And that'll be coming 20 miles from Hilton Head. And so we'll have a chance to listen to their plans, work with these leaders, and influence perhaps the location of the trail and how it'll wind up and how can it improve our economy here in Beaufort County.
Sure. We get out of time today, and just a lot of information here for the Biking Symposium, so be sure to check out the information online. And thank you all for joining us today for this episode of Talk of the Town.